It's Rio Tutors again, and we'll be learning highest common factors in today's lesson. Highest common factors. Now, imagine this image. We have the group 1 and we have the group 2. What do they have in common? We have groups of 3 here and we have groups of 3 here. What do you think they have in common? And that is what we'll be learning in today's lesson. Now let's look into it. What is HCF? HCF means highest common factor. And highest common factor is the largest whole number, that is the biggest whole number that divides two or more numbers without leaving a remainder. That is, in our last video, in our previous lessons, we've learned about factors. We've learned about how to generate our factors, how to get our list of factors. And in the last video, we learned about how to use our factor pair, that is, no two numbers that multiplies together to get a bigger number. We used our factor pair method to generate our list of factors. But this time around, we want to look at what are the numbers that they have in common, just like our image here. What are the things that the two numbers, the two factors, what do they have in common? Now we look at what highest common factor, and also you need to know that highest common factor are also called other names. And what are the other names that we call our highest common factor? It's also called GCF, that is the greatest common factor. It means the same thing as highest common factor. We also have GCD, that is greatest common divisor. They mean the same thing as what? As highest common factor. Greatest common divisor, greatest common factor, highest common factor. They mean the same thing. Now let's look at it. What are factors? Factors are basically numbers that divides another number completely without remainder, without a remainder. Then what are common factors? A factor that is common, that is shared by two or more numbers. That is a number that is common to this number and as well common to the other number. They are what we call common factors. Then highest common factor is the largest of all the common factors. That is the biggest of all the common factors. That is the highest common factor. Let's look at our first example. What is the highest common factor of 6 and 8? What is the highest common factor of 6 and 8? What do you need to do? The first thing you need to do is to generate your list of factors for each of the numbers. You need to generate the list of factors for each of the numbers. We have 6 and we have 8. So what are the factors of 6 and what are the factors of 8? Now let's look at it. Factors of 6, using our factor pair, we know that 1 times 6 will give us 6, 2 times 3 will also give us 6. So 1, 6, 2 and 3 are our factors of 6. Then let's look at the factors of 8. The factors of 8 are, we have 1 and 8 to give us 8, and we have 2 times 4 to also give us 8. So therefore the factors of 8 are 1, 8, 2 and 4. Those are the factors of 8. Now let's look at the factors that are common to them. You can see the numbers colored in red. They are the factors that are common to both 6 and 8. That is 1 and 2. Let's look at it. So common factors are what? 1 and 2. Then what is the biggest number? What is the biggest number amidst between the common factors? Seeing that we have 1 and we have 2. The biggest of them is 2. So therefore, our highest common factor is 2. Highest common factor is 2. We have our second example, and that is to calculate the highest common factor of 10 and 15. The highest common factor of 10 and 15. Now let's look at this. I told you earlier that what we need to do is to generate our list of factors for 10 and our list of factor for 15. So look at this. So the list of factor for 10 are 1 and 10 will give 10, 2 and 5 will give 10. That is, using our factor pair method, 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 5 is 10. So 1, 10, 2 and 5 are the factors of 10. Then we have factors of 15. That is 1 and 15, 3 and 5. These are factor pairs, that is two numbers that multiplies together to give us our number. So the factors of 15, we have 1 and 15, 3 and 5. Now let's look at the common factors. The common factors are 1 and 5. As you can see, 1 and 5. Then the highest of them, we have 1, we have 5. Then the highest common factor is 5. Then let's look at our another example. Highest common factor of 12 and 18. Highest common factor of what? 12 and 18. Just as we have done in the previous examples, we would look at the factors of 12, the factors of 18, and then we look at the common factors and the highest common factors. Now let's look at this. The factors of 12 are 1 and 12 gives us 12, 2 and 6 gives us 12, 3 times 4 gives us 12. So therefore, our factors of 12 are 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, and 4. So those are the factors of 12. Then we have factors of 18. We have 1 times 18 to give us 18. We also have 2 times 9 to give us 18. We also have 3 times 6 to give us 18. So now we see that the factors of 18 are 1, 18, 2, 9, 3, and 6. Now let's identify the factors that are common to the two of them. You can see them in red. 1 is common, 2 is common, 6 and 3. So let's list the common factors out. So our common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now let's look at our highest common factor. Our highest common factor is 6. Why is it 6? Because 6 is the biggest, that is the highest, of all the common factors of 12 and 18. Let's look at another example. That's example 4. So highest common factor of 9 and 27. The highest common factor of 9 and 27. Let's look at factors of 9. 9 can be formed from the product of 1 and 9, 3 and 3. So the factors of 9 are 1, 3 and 9. Then the factors of 27 are 1 and 27, 3 and 9. So when you multiply 1 and 27, you would get 27. When you multiply 3 and 9, you will get 27 as well. So the factors of 27 are 1, 27, 3 and 9. Now let's look at the factors that they have in common. We have 1, we have 3, and we have 9. So 1, 3, and 9 are the common factors of 27 and 9. Then let's look at the highest of them. The highest common factor is 9 because the common factors are 1, 3, and 9. And then the highest of them is 9. So therefore, we have 9 as the highest common factor of 9 and 27. Let's look at another example. Example 5. Highest common factor of 14 and 21. 14 and 21. Let's look at the factors of 14 using our factor pair. So for factor of 14, we have 1 times 14. We have 2 times 7. So these are factor pairs of 14. Then let's look at the other one, which are factor of 21. We have factor of 21 include 1 times 21, 3 times 7. And you can see that the common factors are colored in red. So we have 1 common to both, that is, they both have the same thing, 1. They also both share 7. So the common factors will be 1 and 7. 1 and 7. Then the highest common factor is 7. The highest common factor is 7. Now let's look at example 6. 16 and 24. But before we continue to solve this problem, would you quickly pause the video and see if you are able to do this using your factor pair method? Can you try this and see if you are able to do it? Alright, you're welcome. So were you able to do it? Let's see the answers. So the factors of 16, we have 1 and 16 to give 16. We have 2 and 8, that is 2 times 8 to give 16. And we have 4 times 4 to give 16. So factors of 24, we have 1 and 24. We have 2 and 12. We have 3 and 6. We have 3 and 8. And we have 4 and 6. We have 1 and 24. 1 times 24 to give 24. We have 2 times 12 to give 24. We have 3 times 8 to give 24. And we have 4 times 6 to give us 24. Now we look at the numbers that are common to them. We have 1, we have 2, we have 4, and we have 8. Those are the numbers that are common to both 16 and 24. Now the common factors are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Now let's look at the highest common factor. Of course we know and we can see that the highest is 8. So therefore the HCF, that is the highest common factor of 16 and 24, is 8. Another example, example 7. We have 36 and 48. What are their factors? What are their common factors? And what is their highest common factor? Let's look at the factors of 36. If you'd love to do more assessment, you could pause the video and see if you are able to do the work. Now let's look at the answer. So factor of 36, we have 1 times 36 to give 36. We have 2 times 18 to give 36. We have 3 times 12 to give 36. We have 4 times 9 to give 36. We have 6 times 6 to give 36. Now, these are the factors of 36. Now let's look at the factors of 48. The factors of 48 are 1 and 48 to give 48, 2 times 24 to give 48, 3 times 16 to give 48, we have 4 times 12 to give 48, and we have 6 times 8 to give 48. Now, let's look at what they have in common. What they have in common. What they have in common. We can see that the common factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. That is, 1 is common to both of them, 2 is common to both of them, 3 is common, 4, 6, and 12. and the highest common factor, that is the biggest, is 12. Now we have another example, example 8. So can you pause the video and see if you're able to do it, or if you're able to solve this problem, that is highest common factor of 25 and 50. Highest common factor of 25 and 50. All right, you're welcome. So were you able to do it? Was it quite easily done, or did you struggle with it? Now let's look at the answer. So the factors of 25 are 1 and 25, 5 and 5 to give 25. Then the factors of 50, we have 1 and 50, we have 2 and 25, we have 5 and 10 to give us 50. Now what are the numbers, that is the factors, that are common to the two of them? The numbers or the factors that are common to the two of them. So we have 1, 5 and 25. 1, 5 and 25. These are the common factors, and the highest of them, the highest common factor, is 25. As we can see, 25 is the biggest of all the common factors. Of all the common factors. Another example, example 9. Let's look at this. We have three numbers here. We have 12, we have 18, and we have 30. Now 18, 12 and 30, what are their common factors, and what is the highest common factor? So the factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Then the factors of 18, we have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So the factors of 30 now, we have 1 and 30 to give 30, 2 and 15 to give 30, 3 and 10 to give 30, 5 and 6 to give 30 as well. Now what are the numbers that are common to the two of them? What are their common factors? So the common factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Those are the common factors. 1, 2, 3 and 6. So what is the highest common factor? The highest common factor is the biggest number amidst the common factors, and that is 6. The highest common factor is 6. Now let's look at another example. We are going to bigger numbers now. So highest common factor of 8, 16, 20 and 28. So you can pause the video and see if you're able to list the factors of 8, 16, 20 and 28. Were you able to do it? Was it easy, or did you struggle with it? I believe you should be able to do it at this time. So we have 8, the factors of 8, we have 1, we have 8, we have 2, we have 4. And then the factors of 16, we have 1, we have 16, we have 2, we have 8, we have 4. Then the factors of 20, we have 1, we have 20, we have 2, we have 10, we have 4, and we have 5. So these are the factors of 20. Then the factor of 28, we have 1, we have 28, we have 2, we have 14, we have 4, and we have 7. So these are the factors of 8, 16, 20, and 28. Now let's look at the factors that they have in common, the numbers that they have in common. So we have 1, we have 2, and we have 4. As you can see listed here, 1, 2, and 4. These are the factors that they have in common. Let's look at what the highest common factor, that is the biggest of all the common factors, and that is 4. That is the highest common factor. The highest common factor. Let's look at another example, example 11. So let's look at 24, 36, and 42. Let's quickly look at the list of factors for 24, 36, and 42. So these are the factors of 24, 36, and 42. So what are the factors that they have in common? What are the numbers that they have in common? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 6. Those are the numbers that they have in common. So the common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So what is the highest common factor now? The highest common factor is the biggest number, which is 6. Let's look at another example. Example 12. We have 10, 15, 20, and 35. Let's look at the factors of 10, factors of 15, factors of 20, and factors of 35. You have it there, factor of 10, factor of 15, factor of 20, and factor of 35. So what do they have in common? You can see them painted in red. 1 is common to them all. 5 is common to them all. So that means the common factors are 1 and 5. Those are the numbers that are common to them. Then let's look at the highest common factor, that is the biggest of all the common factors, and that is 5. I believe you've been able to learn greatly on how to generate your list of factors, how to generate the list of your common factors, and how to identify your highest common factor. We have few more examples more, and let's look at them. Now, what if we have prime numbers? We have prime numbers. How do we know their highest common factor? Remember, what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that have two factors, which are 1 and themselves. So prime numbers are those numbers that are only divisible by 1 and themselves. Now let's look at example. We have 3, 7, 11, and 13. 3, 7, 11, and 13. What are their factors? The factors of 3, we have 1 and 3. Factors of 7, 1 and 7. Factor of 11, 1 and 11. Factor of 13, 1 and 13. So what are their common factors? Only 1 is common to them all, and therefore that 1 remains to be the highest common factor. Now to look at our large numbers, we have about 2 groups of large numbers, and let's look at their factors. So we have 72, 108, and 180. The factors of 72, we have this. The factors of 108, we have this. And the factors of 180, we have this. And the numbers that are common to them are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 26. Then the highest common factor is 36. And the last example, we have large numbers as well. We have 90, we have 150, we have 210, and we have 330. So let's look at the factors of each of them. The factors of 90 are this. Factor of 150, we have this. Factor of 210, we have this. Then the factor pair, using factor pair, the factors of 330, we have this. Now, what are the factors that they have in common? You can see them painted in red. So the factors that they have in common, they include 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. And the highest of them, that is the biggest of them, is 30. So I believe you've learned 1 or 2 things in today's video. I believe you are now able to calculate the list of to arrange a list of factors for numbers, arrange the list of common factors, and to identify your highest common factor. You can check more for our videos. We have other videos on multiples, we have videos on lowest common multiples, and every other thing you would want to learn in mathematics, science, and English language. So thank you for listening. Look at our final tips and summary. Remember your factors, remember your common factors, remember your highest common factors. Thank you for listening, and thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and share our videos. Bye.